Hi guys, so for today, for Freeform Friday, we're going to be trying out Diamond Press's new Beau-TEA-Ful shaker card set. This is something that Diamond Press just brought out for their site, mydiamondpress.com. I did send these items free of charge for my review, and of course all opinions are my own. And any links down in the description box will be affiliate links, which means I'll make a small commission if you purchase items to those links. And I also have a 10% off code you can use there, VCD. And that'll get you 10% off your purchase. So I already unboxed this as a little kind of peek at the different things that Diamond Press released here in September, but I'll go over it again real quickly here. We have the dies that make the slimline, which is really fun. Again, you can use this as a shaker, you can use it as a slimline background with other dies and stamps that you have, however you want to use it. It's a great base set. We'll talk about that in a minute. It has inlays that can put in a message there for you if you would like. So we have hello and friend and miss you and sending you a, and then whatever you want to put in there. Again, with the shakers, the way Diamond Press does it is they send along in the kit the foam, the acetate, and a metal shim for you to cut the acetate with, and that helps you make your shaker really quick and easy, and it'll just fit right in there, that little circle or whatever shape it is that you need to cut really perfectly to make the shaker. And then, this one does have little heart confetti die, super adorable. You can pop in your sequins or glitter that you like to use, or a combination of both, however you want to play with that. And then they talk about, assembling your card. So it does also have like a little tag label here with all these different fun things that you can stamp in there. And then of course the tea. So we have the little teacup, and then different types of pots, saucers, and like little flowers and things. And then here they are. And I think I mentioned the last one that they're a good size, like the images here. So there. And then here are our dies. So I will take these out of the packaging in just a minute, but even that kind of fun little scene here has a die for it too, so that's really nice. And then again, the inlays, the dies that you need for your acetate and for your foam, and then that base die that cuts, I don't recall if I had measured this, but either way I don't recall the numbers right now. It goes about just over 3 inches wide, which is really nice to mat into what I call a standard 3.5 by 8.5 slimline, and again just about 8 or just over 8 in the other direction. And then I also have this kit. I'm thinking maybe I'll decorate an envelope with it. This is the Modern Flower. And we have a little tea set, little florals. The tea set does have some little floral dies and stamps. These are a little bit different in that it stamps the whole flower, like the background, instead of coloring it in like you would do in this set. So I was thinking this might be fun to just pop on like an envelope that coordinates back with the tea set, with our card that we make. So I'll be trying that out. Again, this is the Modern Flower they just brought, sending you birthday wishes, just a little note to say I care. Actually, look at that. That could stamp right in there and have a little sentiment. Really nice. Thank you, and then all the little cute sprigs, and just a lot of sentiments on this one. And then the flowers, again, that layer up however you would like to stamp them. Like you can put this one, you can add that, or add a center, just layer in them however you like and have fun with that. So we will do that, but they do have the dies that coordinate and help cut them out if that's what you want to do. Love, hello, and thank you sentiments on that one. So let me grab some paper and we will get started. Okay, so to begin, I'm going to cut a card base for the slimline card. This is just some white, kind of heavy duty cardstock. And we're going to keep the 8.5 inch side intact, and we're just going to cut 7 inches off the other side. And that's the size I like for my card bases. You can do your slimlines however you like, of course. And then, I'll keep this up for a minute. I'm going to use this beautiful pink paper for the topper part that we're going to use the large die on, so let me get that. This kit also comes with a cutting folder, of course, for your marquee. Just when I unboxed it, I think I put it to the side somewhere. So I'm just going to cut a piece of this paper off. Like I said, it's just over about 3 inches. I'll do like 3.25 just to make sure that I cut it big enough for that. And the die is interesting. As we went over it and kind of discussed how it works, what you can see is that this center, the little circles here, they don't cut out. It'll have the stitch lines, but it stays intact. So it's just like one sheet if you want to use it that way and kind of place things within that. Or, you know, just use it kind of playfully. What will cut the words or the aperture for the shaker are these guys. And I suppose if you have a circle die that you would like, if you wanted to cut into those, you can just pop a circle die in there, you know, and cut that aperture too. But I'm going to do this one because I want to see how to finish it up. We have Sending You A. So I'm going to use that one. And so the design looks nice, I'm going to pop that in the center. I think that's where I would put it when it's just one singular thing. I mean, you can put it wherever you like, but I would pop it in the center. So we have our paper here. We're going to put this down. I'm going to put a little bit of tape. Now, normally, I don't really like putting tape, even if it is low-tack tape, where it's going to stay. Because, you know, you never know, it might pull up anyway. So I'm going to be very careful. I left myself a very small edge, but I'm still going to try and use that. And then on this part, I'll put a little more tape. And then we have Sending You A. And I guess in a way, it doesn't matter if we put it this way or upside down because we just turn the paper, you know, the other direction. But if it's crooked, then that's one thing. But maybe you want it to be like kind of fun at a jaunty angle. So just, you know, think about that as you're laying these down. I'm just going to put it straight across. And again, if it's upside down or the other way, we'll just turn the paper in the other direction when we go to use it. And I might still matte behind this. It just depends on how much matte layer I actually get. So all this will cut away, so I'm really putting tape there. And I'll probably use a well-loved folder because that's the kind of thing I like to do. Just to show you, even if the folder is a little warped or however, it'll still keep cutting. And this time I might flip it to this other side. So you can flip them, you can cut on both sides. And then I always angle them just a little bit, especially when you have a straight edge like that. I'm going to pop that in here, and I'm going to do this very slowly so my camera doesn't shake. Let's roll this up. Yes, they come out some really, really just the cutest things for September there on my diamond press, and it sounds like a lot of you guys are already picking up a lot of the different items. So the reason I'm doing this Freeform Friday is because basically we're making it from scratch, right? I mean, everything we're doing here. Look at that, how delicate and pretty that is. Oh, so cute. Okay, let me fold my card base. I'm going to score it at 3.5 inches. And that'll let me know if I want to make another mat for it. And I like to kind of put it up against the edge here. Okay. And it's just so I can see if I want another mat. Actually, I kind of like that. I like the white space, especially because we're going to do some coloring and add some things here. But if you want another mat around that, I would go like maybe 8 1/4 by 3 1/4. You have another little mat to go behind there. Okay, so that is essentially step 1. And now we're going to die cut the acetate. So I'll put this to the side for now. I do want to mention now that I have this little stain here, when you're working with hybrid inks, make sure to clean them up pretty quickly because once they set up, they're impervious to alcohol and things like that. So if you clean it up quickly, it won't stain things. But if you don't, it'll be kind of permanent. Alright, so we have a piece of the metal. I only need one piece of acetate for this project since we only have the one aperture. And we're going to use our circular die. So die facing down with the cut edge facing down towards your acetate. Of course, the metal shim. And the metal shim will warp, and you can keep using it over and over and over and over. I mean, the metal shim I've been using, let me show it to you. So this is one I've been using with like the larger, and you can see how many cuts I've made with all the different things, and it just keeps working. So there it is. So I'll put this in here. take this little guy out slowly for the camera. I'm sorry, you can hear that's how it sounds cutting into that plastic. And there it is. So we have that. I'll put that to the side. Of course, you can discard that or use it as a stencil, which I probably will hold on to for that same reason. Okay, we have that. And then the next thing is we'll die cut the foam, and the foam does not require the metal shim. Again, this is super reusable. And the foam, we're going to cut with this guy. And then we're going to take one of our little foam sheets and just pop it through. Again, for this one I only need one. And that is step 3. I'm kind of mixing step 2 and step 3 because we should go ahead and adhere the acetate. Now you have this piece that you can use on different projects. I never get rid of this stuff. I just keep it and cut it up and use it because it's dimensional adhesive, so it'll work for lots of things. We have our piece here. Oh, and even if you want to make like an aperture later, like that's circular, then you would have this piece that you can use. I think that's pretty cool. So let's go ahead and adhere this. Now I put the glue here just so I know that we have the glue where we need it. And then the words, you know, they can just be floating there. I'm going to put a little bit of glue, but you don't have to really do that. But I do like to take a little time to put some glue on here. Just a little, especially the pieces that are kind of floaty like that one. We'll take our little acetate here. Pop that on there. I'll let that set up just a little bit and I'll be right back. Okay, I can see it's starting to become clear, so it's drying a little bit. Leave the top carrier on, that way it's not in the way or getting sticky on other things. You can also take a little like embossing buddy. This is super old and people ask me about it all the time, but I don't even think they sell this particular one anymore, but an embossing buddy is what they're called, if you can find one. Just to get some static off that, just in case, but I don't know. I'm going to take that, I'm going to clean this off just in case that embossing buddy stuff won't let it adhere nicely. And they do give you some nice space, so it's not like you have to get it right on that circle, you know, you have some space, some room there. Actually, as I say that, I think I might have did it a little bit crooked. That's okay. Alright, so just kind of center it, but you know, it doesn't have to be like right on that line, which is nice. So we have that ready to go. We're going to cut some confetti. So I'll put this to the side for right now. And so for now, this is kind of what we have. We have sending you A, and then I'll do a little banner with some kind of sentiment, which will be really sweet. So step 4 is just cutting your confetti, and then step 5 is finishing it up as far as assembling it, and then of course you're going to decorate the top however you like. So I do want to show you, as I was cleaning out, well, I'll show you this in a minute, but as I was cleaning this die, the die, it has all these little dots. I thought, oh, those are cute. So the little pink dots that are in there, I put them on a piece of paper that I can pop in there too if I would like. And then I'm just going to cut a bunch of different colors with this. I don't really know what I'm going to put in, or the colors I'm going to use on my car and like the decorative items. So like right now I just grab this purple paper, and it's not even a complete piece of paper. Like I will go like that. I'm just going to hold it because it's the marquee and I can do that. Run this through, maybe some like whatever other colors I think go along with this kind of pastel-y theme. Just making sure I don't have just little chunks. Hey, I lined that up pretty good. That one, and I'm just going to take this little chunk from the edge there. And what I like to do whenever I cut my confetti is put it on a piece of paper. I have this big piece of paper. This is a little overkill, but see the little pink dots? And then I'll put this on here. And every little bit that I cut, I'll pop it on here, and then later I can just funnel it like this into the spot where I need it to go. So I will cut probably just one other color, because that looks pretty already. Just the purple and the pink dots. That's really cute. And I'll be right back. Cut this little light yellow, and to be honest, I'm not going to use all of it. Well, maybe, well, that's probably good. We'll see what it looks like. So, let me put this to the side and not drop that. In the instructions, they're showing to go ahead and put this down, place your confetti in there, and then put this on top. I just don't know how well I would line that up, so personally for me, I'm not going to do it that way. I think what I showed the last time was, I'm going to hold this down and see, it keeps wanting to pop open, right? So all you're going to do, or at least what I'm going to do, is take a little bit of washi, hold it down. You can do it on both sides, but it really just needs it on that one side. Okay. And oh, you know, funny enough, when I mentioned that we can use the leftover foam, we do need some foam up here. So for like this one, since you have two, the foam's going to hold it up here and it's going to hold it up here. And then that centerpiece, you can put another extra piece of foam there if you'd like, or just leave it. It'll be pretty sturdy. But for this one, I'm going to need to put some foam down, or else this won't be staying very well for me. Where are my scissors? Oopsie. So I'm going to take a moment to just cut foam. Let's do that, and I need to cut it down. So I'm just going to creatively cut my foam into some pieces that'll help me keep that popped up. Maybe this little piece that came off of there, I'll have it there. Okay, so I'm going to pop some pieces of foam here and there, and I will be right back. Okay. And I'm just going to bring my little confetti over and pop it pretty much right down here. Yeah, this paper is way too big. Usually I can funnel it a little easier, and it also has texture, so it wants to hold on to these guys. So anyway, I'm going to get this off of here and into the center, and I'll be right back. Okay, so next time I'll use a smooth paper, which is normally what I do. I just grab that paper and it had texture, and I really wanted to hold on to everything. I'm trying to see if that's as much or as little as I would like, because I like my shakers to actually shake, so if you put too much, it's just going to be too much and it won't move. I've removed all the carriers except for this one, just so I can kind of see where I'm going for now. Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay. Got a couple bits out here. You can definitely see what you're doing. I like to place it before I really give it a squish. You know, eyeball it, make sure I'm pretty much centered. I think we're good to go. So normally I turn it over and I squish it from the back. So that's what I'll do. Alright, and there's our sweet shaker. Oh, I love that. So sweet. Very muted, soft colors. Okay, so now we are going to, you know, we can do our stamping. I'll do that in just a minute. I'm going to more than anything do this stamping first. And I guess I can just grab that stuff again. Have everything near me. Very easy to grab. With my little organizer. And what I'm thinking is, where's my card? Probably do a teapot and a teacup. You know, maybe a teapot down here, maybe a teacup up here. You know, something like that. So, I'll do this teapot and which teacup would I like to use? Just look at the design. If I stamp this in black, that's fine. Okay. And this is actually marker paper. And hopefully it'll work. I think it'll work. I'm going to use the oil pastels and make it look kind of watercolory, so hopefully that paper will not give me a problem with that. And hybrid ink, so I can use water-based or alcoholic markers if I change my mind. Think that pretty well. Alright, I'm going to let that set up. I'm going to go grab my oil pastels and a little bit of, I guess a water brush probably, and I'll be right back. Okay guys, so I have a little water brush. Ooh, don't want to open that. Just need to do that. Kind of get it going. And should I put it to the side? You know what? I usually put this on a surface. That was a good surface, but I'll still get like... Oh, what am I doing? In my mega kit, I have this. That thing has like grid marks on it that makes it harder to use. So I peeled one of the carriers off. That's why it looks dull on the other side. That carrier is still there. And to make something look kind of porcelain-y, unless you color the whole thing in, I like to use like blue. I'll put some water there. And I would go around kind of with that blue and then let that dissipate a little bit. So I'll just take some moments to do that. And then just wherever I feel like I'll do that part. And like the little leaves, we can get some green. We have 2 shades of green, so if you want to play with that, you can do that. But I'm just going to pop down this darker green. And color that in. Probably do little pink accents and things like that. And then I'll color my cup again however I feel like. Thinking about the little confetti that we use and all that, so I will do what I can with that. You can also take even the flower stamps that are in this kit and stamp a little flower in here if you would like. You know, you can play with it different ways. Okay, I'll just continue working. Like I said, I'll go in with the pink. You can also just take it off of here. It'll be more concentrated. Okay. Just kind of soft and watercolory. And I will be back. Okay, all done with that. And so before I start cutting, I'm just going to stamp a couple of things. I think I'm going to use some of the little leaves, the little sprigs. So I'm going to stamp a couple of those kind of willy-nilly, and if I use them, great. If I don't, I'll have some extras for something else. And then our sentiment too. I guess I can put those over here on this little scrap. I'm using white paper, but if you want to stamp, you know, green on green or whatever color you want to use for your little leaves, that will be nice too. I'm going to leave it kind of messy looking because that is going to be very much more pronounced than like the subtle painting I did over here. But you can also move your paper around and do like a second generation stamping. It doesn't have to be full stamping every time. Actually, I'm going to have to move this around anyway because I didn't move the stamp. Actually, maybe I can just move this over by eye. See what happens. Yeah. And then as far as the sentiment, I'm going to use this purple ink and I'm going to stamp sending you a, and then cup of happiness. Let's put that over here. Let's get this out of the way just in case. Make sure I'm inking that up. So sweet. Okay, and so all these things we'll just cut out. So I'll take the, you know, you can cut it this way or this way, but I feel like it should point that way. So we'll put that on there. I'm just eyeballing it, just looking straight, you know, seeing if this is nice and straight up and down where we're at. Tape that down. Same thing with the little sprigs. I'll eyeball all of that. Teapot. So everything, I'll place the dies and run them through, and I'll be back. Okay, I could have picked up a little bit here, but there we are. And I just eyeballed all of that, so let's see. And remember I said I use marker paper, so it accepts the color a little bit differently than if I had used like a watercolor paper, which is probably what I should have gone with. Oh, so sweet. And you know, you can put them exactly like that. I like doing things a little fun, you know, little fun angles as far as this part, so I'll probably do something fun there. And then we have our sentiment, sending you a cup of happiness. I'm going to pop this up already on some dimensional. And I just keep using this dimensional, cut it up. It's about that long. And then we'll tuck in some of the little sprigs here and there. And we have our sweet card. Trying to see where we're at, center there. So cute. I'm not pushing it down quite yet until I know that's exactly where I want it. And since this guy's kind of small, I'll probably give him a couple of sprigs. We can do it that way. You can do one this way, both on the same side, which is generally the kind of thing I like to do. You know, we'll put them on there, kind of fun. Oh, that's sweet. Okay, I like that. I'll hold that back again. Before I really stick it down. Have an idea where I want to put my little saucer. Or teacup and saucer. Yeah, that's good. Cute. And then over here we'll put this guy. Let me put some dimensionals on the back of him, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I just put the dimensionals on there. I haven't taken the carriers off just so I can kind of see what I'm doing. And let's see where we want to tuck our little leaves. It's just there as an accent. Since I have the green over there, I'll put it down here, and that's fine. I'm not quite sticking that down yet. And there's our sweet card. Then I'm going to go ahead and grab a slimline envelope that we're going to do a little stamping on. So cute. And then you have your little shaker there. Okay guys, so we have the modern flower set here, and if you look at the sheet here, the inspo sheet, there's lots of ways that you can match and pair things up, and then the layering of the flowers. They do have dies. I'm just going to be stamping because I'm just stamping on the envelope, but they do have coordinating dies. Oh, so sweet. Love that. Really cute. And then of course the words and things. So I am just going to take the stamps, and I have a coordinating envelope here. You can also use like a regular kind of store kind of envelope just to dress it up on the outside. That'd be really sweet too. I'm going to use this one, and I want to stamp in this bottom corner, so I'm going to make sure that's what I have down here. And I'm also going to use my stamp positioner in a way that I can design here and not have to look at it in a different way. Look at the orientation that I want to stamp in. And I did pick out some colors here, so kind of looking at what's on the card and stuff. I'm going to do this very light baby blue flower, and then the different layers that go along with that. And let me see, I think I want to use one of these kind of like daisy looking ones. Let's do this guy. And of course you can match these up however you like, so I'm just looking at that there. And just so I have an idea of what I want to do. Got a little something stuck on there, but I'll leave it there for now. That one, and then it's a little sweet one. And that little guy there. That guy there. Maybe we still do pink, but different flowers. Something like that. Okay. So this first one. Pick that up. Try to take whatever that is that I got on there off. This is a really, really, really pale blue, so that'd be sweet. I'm going to do it one more time. Okay, and Then I'm going to stamp, oh, the little center. So let me find which center we're going to be using. I think it's this one. And I'm going to go with another kind of blue on that, a darker blue. And again, you can use whichever centers. I mean, if you wanted to, you know, use this guy so it kind of shoots out. However you want to match it up. Trying to make sure I have it just about even there. And I'm going to use a little bit deeper blue on that one. Aw. And then these little dots. With a deep, deep blue. Ooh, that's my ink all over the place there. Look at that, so sweet. Let me clean all this off and we'll stamp a few other flowers. Okay. So I'm just gonna use the smaller of the two little flowers. I'll just use the same one here and there. And we're gonna go with a light pink on that. Sweet. I'm going to wipe it off just a little bit so that when I place it, this next one, I'm not going to get like a shadowing or something. Just here and there. Okay, I'm going to clean this ink off before I do the second layer. So for the second layer, you know, you can kind of look at this. I mean, you can use, I'll probably use those guys, but all these, you can pop in the little center that looks like this. Again, if you, well, this one's probably a little bit too big for that guy, but if you want to put just a center, you can play with that. I'm going to use this, and I think I'm just going to stamp it in green. So I will stamp here, and then I'll do the same thing and stamp over here. Trying to get on there too messily. A little something in the center. I'll do the same thing on this one. Okay, and so now I'm just going to stamp some leaves, and I think I want to do a little stamping over the edge so it looks more organic. So I'm looking for a scrap piece of paper. Sorry, so I'll put that right there. And so I'm going to look through the little sprigs and things. We have like these little guys. You can go with those. I do want to put down a larger one first. Oh, hold on. I mean, that's a good spot for that guy. And they're going to kind of layer over. So I'm going to do this one with this pine tree, like a darker green. Sweet. Okay, and I'm just going to continue doing that, just adding some little leaves here and there, filling in some spots. And I will be right back. guys, so that was really fun, just kind of playing with the leaves and putting together a little something. And then, you know, I mean, you can even pop some of these on here, just a thank you on the back there, just a little note to say I care, thinking of you, sending you birthday wishes. That all fits there really nicely. Yeah, so thank you guys so much. I'll have the links for you guys in the description box. I'll have some images for you. Thank you so much, Die & Press, for sending these items for review. Definitely check out those new launches for September. Really, really cute stuff. I did want to mention they did bring back the Slimline Pocket die set, which people were just going crazy for. It sold out really fast, and it's the Slimline one where it makes the little pockets and then all the little tags that can go in there. So they do have that available there on mydieandpress.com. Hopefully it's still there when you go to check it out, and I'll have the links for that one too, because I know that was one people were very interested in. But thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you all at the next one. Bye now.